Richie Poo says, "Hi, James and Dutch. As we know,
What's
money
his
makes the
name? What's
world."
his name?
Richie Poos, he's saying he is. Uh, Maybe Jimmy Hart gave him that name. Who knows?
Yeah.
Hi, James and Dutch. As we know, money makes the world go round, and we all like a bit of retail therapy. My question is, what was your most extravagant purchase when getting that larger than expected check? And who out of the guys you work with like to spend just that little too much? Cheers, guys.
Well, one of my purchases was like food because I had run out earlier in the career. So I wanted to make sure I had enough food. And no, I've never spent my money like, on other than you buying a car and, you have to have a house and just needed expenditures as I never spent it on just extravagant things. But a lot of guys, they go out there and they spend it like water. And they got this and they got that. But after 5 years, guess what they got? Most of them were back where they started. Now there's some guys who made that good money and saved it, and they were fine. Some guys made good money but didn't save it, just had a good time, or went through it. It's their choice, and they ended up basically broke on their butts.
What would they spend stuff? I mean, apart from drugs, what would some of the big expenditures be? Because I've always heard, back in the day, everyone wanted like a Lincoln Town car.
They would buy like a Mercedes. They didn't need a Mercedes. They just bought it because they always wanted a Mercedes, I guess. And that's back when they were about 40 grand then. And, they'd pull up in it. Oh, it looks great. Drives great. Buddy Landel had one. Buddy Landel, I was riding with him one day and he had this Mercedes. It wasn't a new one. It was a used one. But he ran that car so hard. He actually completely burned out. It was a stick shift. He completely burned out like high in it. He ran it. Then he dropped it down to second gear and ran it so hard he blew that one out too. So then he had a Mercedes who would only have going low, and you can't go anywhere in low. So he just burnt the car up, and they come and repossessed it and picked it up. So, see, there's a guy who had a chance. They were going to put the world's heavyweight title on Buddy Landel when he was in Charlotte, when he was in Mid-Atlantic. And guess what he did? He missed Atlanta TV on Saturday morning. Just missed it. And those plans went out the window. So if you can't, and they told him what they were going to do. So if he don't want to make the show and be the champion, you can't put it on him because he's too unpredictable. So he probably lost $200,000, $300,000 right then. And that's not a good payday, I would say. That's
all the Mercedes he could have bought and then burnt out on the road.
No kidding. Oh, and the Mercedes that's what he bought in Charlotte because they were using him good. They were going to run him against Flair, and he was over because he had the same gimmick almost as Flair, the Nature Boy and Buddy Landel, and he had the blonde hair, and him and Flair had a few matches, and they were going to go and I think take it to Greensboro on a big show and swap the belt to Buddy. And I didn't know it at the time, but I knew when I was there that they were getting ready to use him good, and he just missed the whole TV. Saturday morning, Channel 17 in Atlanta, Georgia, and whoop, there's Winnie's chance. And then the next time I looked up, he was in Memphis with me.